Hello, magical people, and welcome to your September 2025 astrology forecast, the new Astro Woo for all 12 signs and the collective. My name is Meg Moonbeam, and we're here multi-streaming on the Meg Moonbeam and Beyond Mystic YouTube, Rumble, and X channels. Sorry to all my regular viewers. I'm about almost 14 minutes late here coming on. I had a little bit of a technical issue that should be fixed. So hope you guys are all doing really well. And I cannot believe we are stepping into September 2025. What the heck? This just feels like this year is absolutely flying by. So in today's video, we're going to get into what the astrology is all about during this eclipse month with some very special things happening for the collective. We'll speak about that first and then do prediction readings for each of the 12 signs. Very exciting. So hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me, whether you're here live or in the replay. And before we get into the astrology, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channels. We really appreciate all of your support. And if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, you can check those out at the link below. My readings at the moment are starting in January of 2026. And check out over at Ascension Organites, our lovely Pisces magical sister Carla has this double your power sale. Spend $100 or more and get any beginner's Organite series pyramid for free, valid until September 8th. And also on the Scorbling shop, oh, holy Toledo, you guys. Sunny and I cannot believe how many orders are coming in right now. We are going to be working our little scorpion tails off tonight, tomorrow, all weekend, getting all the orders out. So thank you so much, everyone that has ordered through our Starseed Crystal Collection. You can check it out over at thescorplingshop.com and use discount code Beyond Mystic to get 10% off. We've already sold out of some things. Sunny is actually one of our suppliers right now, restocking on the Libyan desert glass. There should be more of that in the inventory within the next hour or two, and the black tektite as well. So stay tuned for that, you guys. I'm filming this at just after 3 p.m. Eastern, so should be more of that available on the website this afternoon on Friday, August 29th. And for those of you who haven't heard about this yet, our Starseed collection is literally space gems. Okay, so these are tektites from outer space: Moldavite, Columbianite, Libyan desert glass, black tektite, and 2 earthborn crystals that are amazing in helping us starseeds here on planet Earth at this time tune in to the shifting frequencies as we enter the age of Aquarius and help support us in our gifts. So Sacred Stones of Interstellar Light. We're so happy to be offering this collection to you. And thank you so much for everyone that's been supporting us. Crazy. We've got lots of work that we're going to have to get to. So, okay, we're going to start off by first of all talking about some of the overall themes as we go into September 2025. Oh, cool. We've got Netherlands in the house. Hello, Netherlands. Hello, California. We've got Canada. Hello, everybody. So September 2025, we are in an eclipse season all month. What the heck does that mean? Well, we've got a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces on September 7th and a new moon solar eclipse in, I was going to say Aries, not Aries, Virgo on September 21st. So we are within the eclipse portal between those two eclipses. Between September 7th and 21st is the most potent point. But the weeks around that, so the first week of September and the last week of September, we are also in the eclipse season energy. And eclipses in astrology are the biggest events that can happen. Okay, this is when literally we have the Earth, Sun, and Moon go into these sacred alignments. That full moon lunar eclipses are all about major endings and letting go portals for the collective. And each of us, depending on where it's activating in our chart, and I'll talk about that a little bit when we get to the 12 sign readings. So full moon lunar eclipses are like a full moon on steroids. It's like a full moon times 100, if you will. We can have major life endings and completion points. We are ending a chapter and starting a new one as we go through the portal of the new moon eclipse, which will be on the 21st. And what's really interesting is both of the eclipses this month are in health axis signs. So the signs of Pisces, the lunar eclipse, and Virgo, the solar eclipse, these are opposite signs in astrology that are actually the health axis. Virgo is very much about our physical, mental health, our day-to-day routines. Pisces is our spiritual and energetic health. So this month, it's very much in alignment for you to be focusing on your physical, mental, and spiritual health. This is an amazing month to be doing energetic physical cleansing, paying attention to if there are any health issues going on. And I'm not a medical expert, but saying astrologically, putting energy towards that. And we can actually have huge breakthroughs in health with the help of these eclipses. Also, in the collective, one of my really big predictions that I've actually been saying for the whole past year, okay, before the Make America Healthy Again movement, before Robert F. Kennedy Jr. joined with President Trump, before all that, I've been saying for a really long time, September 2025 is when we are going to have crazy ass developments in the health field of life in the collective. And let me bring up here on my slide deck something that I'm sure many of you have already seen. Some of you guys may not have seen this yet, so I am going to play it again. I think I played it in my Monday Daily Astro this past week. Let me bring this up. I have so much freaking bookmarks on my X. Okay, here it is. Let me bring this up. So this is going to be one of the major things coming up in September. Share this here, and totally in alignment with the astrology. So RFK Jr. says HHS believes they have found interventions which caused a massive spike in autism in children. Will announce in September. Take a listen to this clip. This is from just the beginning of this past week at a cabinet meeting that President Trump held.
Autism, if I could, I don't want to go too long because we have a lot of people, but the autism is such a...
Oh, shoot. One sec, you guys. Let me fix that. There we go.
If I could, I don't want to go too long because we have a lot of people, but the autism is such a tremendous horror show, what's happening in our country and some other countries, but mostly our country. How are you doing on that?
We are doing very well. We will have announcements as promised in September. We're finding certain interventions now that are clearly, almost certainly causing autism. And we're going to be able to address those in September.
It's such a big day. I'm looking forward to that day because there's something wrong when you see the kind of numbers that you have today versus 20 years ago. And those numbers, what are those numbers, Bob?
In 1970, the biggest epidemiological study in history was done in Wisconsin. They looked at 900,000 children and they were looking for autism. They knew what it looked like. And they were very, very precise about it. And they found an incident rate of 0.7, in other words, less than 1 per every 10,000 children. Today, our most recent numbers are 1 in every 31 kids. It's probably actually much worse than that because California, which has the best collection system, is reporting 1 out of every 19 children, now American children, as autism, 1 in every 12.5 boys. So it's gone from less than 1 in 10,000 in 1970 to 1 in 12.5 boys.
Think of those numbers. So there has to be something artificially causing this, meaning a drug or something. And I know you're looking very strongly at different things, and I hope you can come out with that as soon as possible.
We will.
So 1 in 10,000, and now it's 1 in 31 or 34 or 12 if it's a boy. Can you imagine that? 1 in 12. That's for a boy.
1 in every 12.5 boys.
It's not even believable that could be. And that was 1 in 10,000 not so long ago. I've been hearing these numbers and they get worse and worse every year. There's got to be something. I think there's nothing, including favored nations and everything else, there's nothing that can be, if you can find out the reason that that's happening. And I know we're gonna do some things. I think we maybe know the reason. And I look forward to that press conference, to be with you on that press conference. That's going to be a great thing. Thank you, Bob. You're doing a great job.
Yeehaw! Okay, I am so excited and I'm so curious to see what day they are going to have this press conference, which is going to be one of the most freaking historical press conferences of all time about what the heck is the cause of autism. As they said there, in 1970, 0.7 children in 10,000 had autism. And now it's 1 in 12.5 boys. And President Trump just said there, we know that it may be from a drug, but Bobby, we will wait for you to do the press conference. So that is just one thing. This month is going to be physical health breakthroughs, truths being revealed about the health system. I think major cures and modalities coming forward with so many planets retrograde. Okay, so we're in the energy of eclipse season, and we've also got multiple planets retrograde this month. Let me just bring up the chart of the September 7th eclipse to show you guys. Oh, where did that go? Here it is. We've got Pluto retrograde. We've got Saturn going retrograde September 1st, Neptune retrograde, Chiron retrograde, Uranus retrograde. All of the outermost planets retrograde. So the information coming to light, Virgo, solar eclipse light, it has to do with our past. It has to do with things that have been lied to us in the past, taken away from us in the past, information and knowledge and wisdom that we have lost from the far-reaching past. So this is a month I am so excited for on so many levels when it comes to health, when it comes to also in our personal lives, the breakthroughs that can happen with eclipses. And these eclipses are happening with very special aspects. So I'll get more into that. I'll bring up the eclipse charts in a few minutes. So the overall main themes, we're in an eclipse season in the health axis. We got a little bit of a retrograde city going on, 5 heavenly bodies retrograde. So stuff from the past, also major past life healing coming out of the age of Pisces that we've been in. And well, I'll just say it right now. Throughout the month, we've got this beautiful aspect pattern happening between the 3 most outer planets. And actually, during the full moon lunar Pisces eclipse, Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus are all at 1 degrees retrograde in either an air or fire sign in almost exact positive aspects to each other. Oh, Red Pirate says, sound not working. Can you guys not hear me? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Could somebody give me a 5x5? Let me know in the live chat. I'm telling you, something's up with this energy. I think it's with the Uranus-Neptune sextile. We had exact Uranus sextile. Okay, Taryn says working. Okay, thank you, you guys. So yeah, this energy, it's nuts right now, you guys. We're coming off of exact Uranus sextile Neptune that we had Thursday, August 28th. Oh my God, the aspects with these outer planets. I mean, this is so auspicious. This is so positive. This is so positive. Pluto trine Uranus, Pluto sextile Neptune, Uranus sextile Neptune. Don't buy into the fear. I've been feeling that really strong lately. Don't buy into the fear. Okay, because there's amazing positive developments happening for the world and humanity. So let's just take a little peek through some of the transits that we've got happening September 1st, Saturn retrograde enters Pisces. Granddaddy Saturn goes back into Pisces. I'm going to do a whole separate video on this because there's a lot for me to say about this. The Pisces energy is getting strong again. We're in the Pisces fog once more from fall going into winter of 2026. So I'll talk about that in a separate video. September 2nd, Mercury enters Virgo. September 3rd, Mercury square Uranus with Jupiter trine North Node. Ooh. September 4th, Mars square Jupiter. September 6th, Uranus goes retrograde in Gemini. The day before, on September 7th, full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. And let's take a little peek at that full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces chart. Okay, I recently last weekend did a almost 4-hour September eclipse season workshop that's available at the Beyond Mystic Academy. Link is in the description box below, where I go in depth into my predictions for the collective and each of the 12 signs for these eclipses. But I will say here, this September full moon lunar eclipse at 15 degrees of Pisces is very significant. We'll have a very auspicious alignment with the 3 outermost planets at 1 degree and in positive aspects to one another. Additionally, 7 planets will be at critical degrees. Wow. 7 planets at critical degrees. The Sun, the Moon, Venus, Granddaddy Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. So the critical degrees are about critical moments and eclipses are about destiny and fate. It's very important for us to be paying attention to full moon lunar eclipse, letting go and what is no longer in alignment. Okay. This is a pivotal moment for Pisces ruled themes like healing, past lives, the ending of karmic ties, spiritual awakening, and energetic spiritual cleansing. Even though eclipses, particularly lunar ones, are often intense, we are blessed with a beautiful Sun sextile Jupiter aspect, 3-degree orb of being exact. This will brighten up the eclipse energy, bringing a dose of luck and magical opportunities. So I really like the energy of both of the eclipses, actually. I've seen some astrologers out there are a little scared because the September 21st eclipse has Mars square Pluto, which is kind of scary, but I feel like with Pluto, trine Uranus, sextile Neptune and Saturn, this is, we're being pushed with that solar eclipse. The solar eclipse, I think, will feel more uncomfortable than the lunar eclipse on September 7th, okay? But depending on each of our signs, that might be a little bit different for each of us. We'll go through each of the 12 signs. Okay, September 10th, Sun opposite North Node. September 12th, ooh, one of the luckiest aspects we can have, Sun sextile Jupiter. Yay, yay, yay. So we've got that aspect on the influence of the lunar eclipse. September 15th, Venus sextile Mars. September 16th, Venus trine Chiron. September 17th, Mercury opposite Saturn retrograde. September 18th, Mercury enters Libra. Mercury's going fast. You guys, Mercury is going fast. Look at that. Mercury enters Virgo September 2nd, and then buzz, buzz, buzz enters Libra on September 18th. Okay, I just realized that's why things might feel a little bit. Has anybody else been noticing? It's almost feeling a little bit like a Mercury retrograde, even though it's not a Mercury retrograde. And time is going by really fast. And it's like we're in this, what was it I was hearing earlier when I did the Daily Astro Show? We're in a fast pass with aspects we've got and Mercury going really, really fast. September 18th is a really trippy day. Mercury changes signs into Libra, does exact opposition to Neptune, trines Uranus, and trines Pluto, all on the same day. September 20th, Sun opposite Saturn with also Venus square Uranus. September 21st, new moon solar eclipse in Virgo. Now that new moon solar eclipse in Virgo, okay, I mean, both of these eclipses are very freaking intense, but that new moon solar eclipse, we've got Mars square Pluto. We've got Sun opposite Neptune. We've got Sun opposite Granddaddy Saturn. It's the day before the autumn equinox. We've got Venus square Uranus. Okay, so that one's going to feel, I think, a lot more intense than the September 7th one. If I had to make a prediction right now on the time frame that I think RFK Jr. is going to do the press conference on the whole autism thing. I think it's literally, let me actually look, what day of the week is that? Hold on to your hats, you guys. Let me bring up my calendar here. Ooh, September 21st is a Sunday. Okay. So I think the week of Monday, September 22nd is when RFK Jr. is going to do this press conference. And I think it's going to be that week because new moon solar eclipse in Virgo. Virgo is about our physical health. With the Mars square Pluto, people are going to be pissed when they find out. People are going to be pissed. Mars square Pluto. It's going to be a reality check, Sun opposite Saturn. It's going to be trippy as F, Sun opposite Neptune. That's what I'm feeling. I think it's going to be closer to the end of the month, and I think it's going to be closer to that new moon solar eclipse in Virgo. But throughout the month, we're having even other revelations, other innovations when it comes to health, when it comes to day-to-day work. Virgo is also day-to-day work, the spiritual community, all the Pisces and Virgo ruled areas. So that Virgo eclipse, people are going to be really on edge. Really on edge. CeeLo Joe says needs to happen, growing pains. Yes, but we're supported. I want you guys to remember as we go through this month with this crazy eclipse season, those beautiful aspects, those beautiful, almost exact aspects with the outer planets are supporting us. It is not the end of the world. This is actually such an amazing time of shift. September 22nd, autumn equinox, Sun enters Libra, Mars enters one of his home signs of Scorpio. Oh my God. And actually, let me just bring up let me backtrack one sec. Let's look at this chart. Look at this chart. Whoa, of this Virgo eclipse. It's at a critical degree, 29 degrees Virgo, opposite Granddaddy Saturn, off 1 degree from being exact, opposite Neptune. So people are going to be tripped out. People are really tripped out from a reality check, Saturn, about the health system, Pisces, and shots. Pisces rules that. And Pluto, square Mars, Venus, square Uranus. It's going to be something that a lot of us have been waiting for, but it's going to be really trippy. And if you're an empath, like I'm an empath, I think most of us are an empath. If you're listening to an astrology video, you're probably some sort of empath. Be prepared for this time. Be prepared for this Virgo eclipse. It's going to feel like eclipses. We're going through a gateway and we're never coming back. It's literally going to come out in the mainstream, what a lot of us know in our freedom and conscious community about some of these health experiments and things. I'll leave it at that for now. So the Pisces eclipse is really, really good for release, letting go, cleansing. The Virgo eclipse, yes, set intentions around routines, work, health. It's great for that, but also be prepared, okay, for some rocky energy, some very big revelations. Anything else I want to say to that? This eclipse is pushing us to take responsibility of our physical, mental, and spiritual health. The Saturn-Neptune conjunction will be in opposition to this eclipse, and both planets retrograde. Expect things from the past to resurface, particularly in relation to health laws, regulations, healing institutions, and the pharmaceutical industry. It is a time of reckoning, revolution, reflection, and deep transformation. intense, you guys. Okay. Then throughout the rest of the month, as I said, September 22nd, autumn equinox, Sun enters Libra, Mars enters Scorpio, one of Mars's home signs. September 23rd, Sun trine Uranus, Sun opposite Neptune, Sun trine Pluto. September 24th, Mars square Pluto. Yikes, yikes, yikes. That's an intense one. So be mindful. People might be acting a little bit really easily triggered with that one. Carol's in the chat. Hello, Carol. Says, interesting to ride this eclipse with observation. We are expecting new history, new understanding with astrology. Love your show today. Thank you, Carol. Well, I love you. And September eclipse blessings to you. Okay, so before we go into the readings for each of the 12 signs, let me put my microphone back on my shirt. I'm going to have to read the cards. Okay, and by the way, I'm also going to put my blue light glasses because I'm getting a little bit, my eyes are getting a little bit weird. I've been on the computer all day. Oh my God, Sunny and I have been processing through the orders, making sure everything is in stock. So happy that the Starseed collection you guys are resonating with. Okay, so we're going to pull some cards for the collective, then we'll go through each of the 12 signs. So what does the universe want us to know for our highest good as we step into September with the astrological transits? Interesting. Everything in my, okay, like the room just got completely quiet. There's a quietness coming in. There's a calm before a storm. Prepare yourself, you guys. Okay. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. We definitely need to prepare ourselves if you want to, if you care to. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, so there's a very strong message coming through as we go into September of people that are we are really going to be noticing as a like-minded community, people, the part of the collective that is holding on to that old world. They are holding on to it for dear life, but it's over. Okay, it's ended. It's already finished. It's over. It's a Pisces illusion that it's still happening. I am getting chills all over my whole body with these cards. Eight of Swords. I feel like we need to be really careful of our boundaries and our energy, because you are going to possibly see loved ones, whether this is in your family or your friends or your community or just online or in the collective, that are holding on to this old world for dear life. There can be a lot of fear coming up. There can be a lot of mental, I'm hearing the word anguish and confusion and challenge coming up. Anxiety coming up. There's going to be people, like I have chills all over my whole body. And it makes sense. Pisces, that they're not going to get it at first. A lot of the information coming out in September, the people that are still caught up in the matrix, if you will, our brothers and sisters that are still like, they're still in that old world system. And I want to be wrong about this. Okay, this is just the message that's coming through. loud and clear. There's a big likelihood that they're not going to get it at first. What's that saying, guys? What are the stages of, oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. Like the stages of grief. Spirit's saying those stages of grief. Carol says, that's my notes. Oh, wow. Virgo and Pisces is your notes, Carol. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I'm going to look this up. The stages of grief. Okay, yeah. So we're going to be seeing this. I'm like, does anybody else have chills, or is this just me being intense Scorpio? So universe is saying we're going to see this month. Okay? Because people are about to be told and shown that not only did that old system lie to you, they literally poisoned you. I'm getting like really Scorpio intense, and we can transmute that, right? But it's way like there's people getting a huge reality check that they're going to be in denial, then they're going to be angry, then they're going to be bargaining, then they're going to feel depressed, and then there's going to be the acceptance. So universe is saying, everybody be aware of this right here, the 5 stages of grief, because you are going to see this, whether it's with your coworkers, whether it's with family, friends, just in the collective, your neighbors, when you're at the grocery store, when whatever. Okay. And it's not because something bad is happening. I'm not a doomsday person. I hope you guys know that. I'm not saying this month everything's going to crap. No, it's such intense truths coming out. Okay. That, and with Saturn and Pisces and that lunar eclipse in Pisces, they're not going to get it at first. Because the safe space is that old world, which has already died, but it's like such a weird time. Does this make sense how I'm saying this? Okay, so I'm going to ask, how can we deal with this? How can we, as a conscious community, how can we manage this? How can we manage this? Okay, Sherry is saying, making total sense. Wow. Oh, I feel like I'm going to cry. How can we manage this? The moon reversed. So the moon upright is like a freaky card, right? It's lies, it's illusions, it's deception. Very Pisces. It's a Pisces card, but we're getting it reversed. So how can we deal with this? Give it to people straight. Speak truth. You're going to have to be in truth. You're going to have to, the more we feed into, and sometimes I'm guilty of this, like I'll be honest with you, sometimes I'm guilty of this where I'm with a loved one, right, that isn't aware of some of the things that have been going on, and maybe you're having dinner and they bring something up and it's like a moment of, maybe I don't want to bring up the fact that that person that they just bought $300 to go see do a talk actually does some really nefarious things. I got to be careful because I'm on YouTube, but you guys catch my drift. It's like, what will help is to go, oh, you know that person did that, right? Or you know that actually that drug has this ingredient in it. Like the moon reverse is just give it to people straight. Virgo. The opposite of Pisces is Virgo. Just speak straight. Speak truth. Grounded clarity. No messing around. No feeding into illusions. Also, we've got, look at that. Woo, the world and the magician of how we can deal with this. So we are in an empowered position. Those of us that are open to astrology, our mind, body, spirit connection, spirituality, the conscious freedom community, we are not better than other people that have not woken up to the matrix. Okay. But we're going to fare through this. Look at that. In a very empowered way. Yes, there's things that are going to be coming up for all of us. Okay. Be in your power. Magician, you can make your imagination real. Creative power, skill, adaptation, originality, self-confidence. Be your magical self and the world. That's like two very positive cards. Everything you have worked for is coming together. Just be yourself. Like Spirit's just saying, just be yourself. How you can deal with it. Just be yourself. Be your magical darn self and speak your truth. And sometimes when we speak the truth, people don't get it, and that's okay. But at least you did it. At least you planted that seed, right? And you're not feeding into an illusion of a mental health crisis that we've been going through. And be open to the enjoyment. Like there's going to be, for us, it's going to be a celebration. Yay, 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 yay. All this stuff is coming out. Yay, yay, yay. We've been waiting for this. We've been manifesting this. We've been praying for this. We've been knowing the divine support is coming from this. Whoa, those tarot cards are intense. Bonus card, the Hanged Man. Look at the world from a different perspective. Waiting, sacrifice, hesitation, suspension, recalibration. Do things in a different way. Put your body in different yoga positions. Maybe try sleeping in a different position. Maybe just try putting yourself in other people's perspectives. If you're in anger with people that maybe just don't get it yet, just put them put yourself in their perspective. Everybody's just trying their best. We are all going to come together through what this eclipse season is going to reveal, but it's going to be very trippy at first. Carol says Virgo and Pisces over dramatized as well. Yes, Carol, rose-colored glasses are off. You bet your bottom dollar. And remember this, you guys, the 5 stages of grief. Denial, Pisces, denial. Anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Wow. Okay. We're going to go through each of the 12 signs now. I want to take a picture. Before I do this, I need to take a picture of these cards before I put them back in the deck because this is nuts. And I will post that on my Telegram. Therese says, yes, makes sense, Meg. I think the folks who are not awake won't believe RFK Jr. and all of us. When the info officially comes out, they'll need to go through the grieving process. Probably. And I want to be wrong about that, but that's just what's coming through very strong right now. So we can send prayers that everybody goes through that process as graciously as possible. Okay, Pisces, Pisces, Pisces for September. September 1st, Saturn goes retrograde back in your sign. So if you are a Pisces in the later degrees of Pisces, you are having Saturn conjunct your Pisces placement. Saturn going back into Pisces, this is going to be, again, big reality checks, big changes in work, our sense of responsibility, up-leveling in careers. So Pisces, you're all going through that. The eclipses this month are in your 1st and 7th houses, the relationship axis in astrology. So you are letting go of relationships, partnerships that no longer serve, calling in positive ones. You've got that Virgo solar eclipse in your 7th house. So it's very in alignment for you to be creating new contracts, work partnerships, love partnerships. A lot of you Pisces around that September 21st eclipse and the 6 months after it, within the influence of it, will start beautiful new partnerships and contracts. So it's good for you to look at your relationships and also your sense of self and boundaries. That Pisces lunar eclipse is in your 1st house. So is there healing that needs to be done around power that you've given away, lack of boundaries, right? How can you be more in your energy? How can you be even more yourself? We've got lucky aspects with your ruler Jupiter throughout the month. On the 3rd and the 12th, Sun opposite Neptune on September 23rd. Your ruler traditionally is Neptune, so that might feel a little bit trippy that day around there. But overall, with an eclipse in your sign, Pisces, I mean, this is you and the Virgos are the stars of the show this month. This is fated life events, people coming in and out of your life. It's on the relationship axis. Pisces, let me know how you're feeling. Great month also for physical cleansing. With that Pisces lunar eclipse in your 1st house, you are being initiated into greater empowerment. And I just dropped some of my tarot cards. Let's see what's our card for Pisces for September. Oh my God, all my accessories are getting all over the place. Okay, Pisces. 2 of Wands. Literally what I just said. Believe in your personal power. Empowerment. Justice, boldness, decisions, planning, first steps. You're going to be feeling really confident through this eclipse season and afterwards. You're taking your power back and you're also processing what the collective is going through, letting go in those Pisces areas of, past life relationships, past life traumas. You're going to feel a lot lighter, I think, after this eclipse season. And some of you guys may be inspired to travel, maybe move to a different country, do something bold. You may be inspired with this month to do something bold that you've never even thought of before. So lots of confidence and clarity coming in. Love you guys. Have a magical month. Next, we go to our Aquarians. Your traditional ruling planet, Uranus, goes retrograde in Gemini on September 6th. So your traditional ruler, Saturn, is retrograde September 1st. Uranus goes retrograde September 6th. So there's a theme, Aquarius, of the past and review and reflection. You may be having people, places, things this month popping up from the past. The eclipses are happening in your financial houses. 2nd house of Taurus, 8th house of Scorpio. So you're letting go of income streams that are outdated, that no longer align. Also value systems, okay? An amazing month to be calling in new resources, new intentions around income, money, merging your resources with others. There could be a very positive development with a romantic partner and their financial situation. You could be receiving returns on investments or an inheritance. And new moon in your 8th house as well. That's highly, highly spiritual and empowering and great for, again, physical and spiritual cleansing as well. Let's see what tarot card we have for our Aquarians for The month of September. And it's intense. Pluto, the ruler of the 8th house, is right on your ascendant with an eclipse in your 8th house. Oh my goodness, Aquarius, look at this. Okay, you don't have to be scared. I know Pluto on your ascendant and an eclipse in your 8th house. Some of you guys must be going, what the fuck? Why does Meg seem so happy right now? Is something bad going to happen? Look, we've got the World card. You don't need to be scared. This is actually really positive. Pluto, Scorpio, initiation, everything you have worked for is coming together. Accomplishment, success, completion, synthesis, perfection, recognition, mastery. And I always get this message for you, Aquarians. Every time I always get the same message. The world is ready for you to be in your gifts, for you to share those gifts, and for you to be abundant from those gifts. Okay. There is nothing wrong with making money from your gifts, even if they're woo woo, even if they're weird, even if there's something completely different. Aquarius, this is badass. This is really positive. So this eclipse season, pay attention to what is no longer serving you and what you want to call in. This feels like you're very much on the right track. And I feel like getting this card, you must be doing a really good job, most of you so far, with Pluto being in your sign. So congratulations. Elizabeth says, I'm a Pisces and it's been a rough couple weeks, but today has been the worst. Thank you for what you do, Meg, and for letting me know the light is coming. Oh, I'm sending lots of love to you, Elizabeth. Okay, Aquarians, love you. Have a magical September. Capricorns, Granddaddy Saturn, your ruler, goes back into Pisces. Retrograde back into Pisces right at the start of the month, right in a timely Saturnian fashion, September 1st, back into Pisces. So you've had your ruler Saturn in Aries since this spring. Have you guys been liking the energy of that? You've probably been enjoying that more than when he's in Pisces. So your ruler going back into Pisces, this is a time for healing and spiritual development as well. We've got the eclipses happening in your learning and travel houses in your 3rd and 9th houses. So there are beautiful new opportunities for you to be learning and studying new subjects. With that solar eclipse in Virgo in your 9th house, a lot of you guys are being initiated into becoming the teacher, the guide, the mentor. The next year ahead, there can be a lot of traveling going on, learning, accumulating information, sharing information. It's in alignment for you to let go of subjects or people, local community settings that no longer serve. And that Virgo eclipse, there's going to be a sun opposite Saturn, your ruler Saturn. So that can feel heavy. That Virgo eclipse may feel more heavy than the Pisces eclipse. You can have some very intense realizations, reality checks about work, your life, right? Pay attention to the signs and the synchronicities that are afoot. Rainbows and Butterflies says, holy wow, I just clicked on the end of the Aqua message, heard loud and clear. Thank you. I needed to hear that. Aw, sending lots of love to you. Okay, let's pull a card for our Cappies for September. September for Capricorns. Ooh, we've got the 4 of Cups reversed. New approaches to old problems, new events and possibilities, enthusiasm for life, acceptance. Be open, Capricorns. Okay, be open because there's very fresh new energies. The world is completely changing this month. And you guys rule the matrix and the systems and structures that there are. So the more that you just accept what's going on and surrender, you can actually have some fun through this. Be open and be open to the opportunities that are presenting themselves to you. There's opportunities. Why am I dropping my cards? Sorry, you guys. Oh my goodness. I am just, it is one of those days. Okay, Capricorns, love you guys. Saggy Waggies. You are having lucky aspects with your ruler Jupiter throughout the month, specifically on the 3rd and the 12th. So that's really nice. And your ruler Jupiter is still exalted in Cancer. We've got the eclipses happening in your 4th and 10th houses, the private and public work life axis houses. So Saggies, this is a time where there's a lot of healing with this eclipse season going on with your family, your home, your living situation, your emotional well-being, and beautiful new beginnings and opportunities coming in through your work, public life, long-term goals, work that is actually in alignment with you. And it's very much this month about a work-life balance. Okay, so this eclipse season is helping you have an even better work-life balance. And your ruler Jupiter is in the 8th house, going to be trine the Pisces eclipse. That is awesome. So you're lucky. You got some really good aspects with your ruler Jupiter this month. I think it's very empowering. You've got the eclipses in your 4th and 10th houses. A lot of you are going to be stepping into dream jobs, letting go of ancestral family karma, healing through that. Let's pull a card for our Saggies for today. Moving out of troubled waters. Is this, I don't think this is the card I got for Saggies in the eclipse season workshop, but I feel like it was something similar. And I've been feeling like a lot of the Saggies have been going through a rough time. And this eclipse season feels like a portal where you're moving out of those troubled waters into more pleasure, more abundance. There's problem solving. Move from problems and be mindful what you take. So this is positive, Saggy. Yay. And lots of healing. There's even water in that card. Lots of healing with that lunar eclipse in Pisces in your 4th house. So if it resonates with you, make time for ancestral healing, family healing, emotional healing. That Pisces eclipse, if I haven't made it clear enough, you guys, that full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces on September 7th is a magical, blessed healing portal. Very special. Okay, Saggies, love you guys. Scorplings, Scorpios. Oh my goodness. Okay, we have Pluto in Aquarius, our ruler Pluto, in amazing aspects to Uranus, to Neptune, to Saturn. Now, we are going to have our 2 rulers square. Mars square Pluto, exact on September 24th, around that Virgo eclipse. So if you are a fellow Scorpio like me, prepare yourself, because we are going to be really probably on edge and a little bit moody and volatile around then. Okay, so just be prepared if you're like around the Virgo eclipse, feeling like you're going a little bit nuts, you're really on edge, you're really easily triggered. We got Mars square Pluto, our 2 rulers. But that can, even though it's a challenging aspect, be a catalyst for change and transformation and mindfulness of where we're putting our energy. Mars moves into Scorpio, woo, woo, on September 22nd. And she says, haha, what else is new? I know. I'm like, don't we always feel like that? Maybe some of you Scorpios don't, but I'm definitely, when you're a Scorpio, it's highs and lows. But when Mars is square Pluto, we got to watch out, because sometimes we can say things we don't mean or do things, kind of crazy. So just be mindful of that. We got the eclipses happening in our 5th and 11th houses. Okay, so that's our saving grace. Thank the universe, us Scorpios. We've got these eclipses in lighter houses. Full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces in our 5th house. Solar eclipse in Virgo in our 11th house. So this is really super creative, Scorpios. Amazing full moon in Pisces for inner child healing, getting connected to our gifts and talents, maybe creative projects that we've put to the side. Highly, highly creative. Great for showcasing our gifts and talents for the whole next 6 months ahead, this eclipse season, and that solar eclipse in our 11th house, bringing a beautiful opportunity for new group associations, like-minded community, maybe even working, Virgo, with friends or like-minded community, bringing in new friends. Can be wishes and dreams coming true. The 11th house is gains and wishing and dreams. So I actually like these eclipses for Scorpio. Oh my God. Tarot card for Scorpios. 10 of Pentacles. Everything in fruition and wisdom from all stages of life. Legacy, inheritance, roots, security, family, prosperity, pinnacle of success. So it's kind of trippy because Pluto is right at the bottom of our chart still, right on the IC. Look at that, Scorpio. So if you're being a little snaky Scorpio, okay, if you're in that lower stage, you're probably going through a really rough time right now, and the universe is trying to put you on the right track. But if you're a Phoenix Scorpio or an Eagle Scorpio, this is, you're not being a little, crazy Scorpio. This is awesome. This is actually like things coming to fruition, enjoyment, pleasure, prosperity, success, rewards. So Scorpios, remember that we always need to be mindful what we're doing with our power. Are we using it for good or are we using it for bad? Because it can go either way. Okay, so if you're using it for good and what's in alignment for you and your soul, right? This is rewards and success. If you're using it for bad, there will be, some eclipse karmic kicks in the butt. Okay, love you guys. Libras, happy birthdays to our September Libras. Do we have any September Libras in the house? Sorry, you guys needed a sip of my coffee. Libra, we have Venus, your ruler, in fairly positive aspects throughout the month. The eclipses are happening in your physical and spiritual health houses. That's a tongue twister. So interesting. The eclipses are in the health axis. These eclipses are happening in your health houses. So lunar eclipse in Pisces in your 6th house, solar eclipse in Virgo in your 12th house. Libra, health, 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 physically and spiritually. Are you taking care of your body? Are you taking care of your mind? Are you taking care of your spirit? This eclipse season is all about prioritizing your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual health. It's great for you to be starting new health routines, to be doing physical cleansing, creating a new spiritual or creative practice as well. And some of you with that Virgo eclipse in the 12th house, Libras, you might be inspired during this eclipse season or the next year ahead to enter a healing arts or spiritual or creative or behind the scenes new field of work. Very cool. Our tarot card for our Librans. Ooh, strength. You got the strength card. You don't know your own strength until it is tested. Self-assurance, confidence, passion, resilience, courage, inner power. Libras, how are you guys feeling physically? Do we have any Libras in the chat? because I'm feeling from this that you guys may be really feeling, well, not you will be definitely feeling the energies of these eclipses, like physically very strong. You might be really highly sensitive, more so than usual this month with this eclipse season. So Joe is saying anxiety. Okay, I'm assuming that you're a Libra, Joe. Stay strong, move through it, and make your health physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually a priority. Okay, because you're processing it all in your body. And there may be times where you feel so tired you can't even do anything, or you feel so energized you don't know what to do with it. So having healthy, natural practices that resonate with you, that's different for all of us. Six Fairy Lights says, does Libra moon count? Yes. Listen to your sun, moon, and rising. Yes. So the more physically strong you are, the more you're taking care of your physical health, the better you're going to fare during this. Also, the Page of Swords. Mindful where you put your energy. Yeah, I'm feeling like a lot of you might be restless. Joe is saying anxiety. With Pisces in your 6th house too, for Libras, it's really good for you guys to do sound healing, drinking really good water, lymphatic massage, Piscean ruled things. Okay, Libras, love you guys. Next, we go to our Virgos. Happy birthday to our September Virgos. We're still in Virgo season. September 7th, your ruler Mercury enters your sign. Nice. We've got that September 18th day, Mercury aspects the outermost planets all on the same day. That's going to be a day, September 18th, and with that solar eclipse in Virgo, of really big clarity, higher truths being revealed to you, Virgos. You're having the eclipses in your relationship axis in your 1st house and your 7th house. So with that Pisces eclipse in your 7th house, this is a letting go and a detoxification of people and commitments and obligations and aesthetic in your life. And with the Virgo eclipse in your 1st house, this is, eclipses are happening in your sign. Solar eclipses in your sign. So this is a time of big up level, big life changes, breakthroughs in your health, work, your day-to-day routines, with pets as well. I'm hearing Spirit say for you, Virgos, do what's in alignment for you. Okay, there's many Virgos out there with Pisces in your 7th house, and the transits we've got in Pisces and this lunar eclipse in Pisces with Saturn in there and the North Node in there. A lot of Virgos, you're letting go of past life love and work relationships that are really hard to let go of. Okay, so a lot of Virgos are going through that. What was it that I just said before that? Oh, yeah. Something like do what honors you. Okay, don't live your life based on other people that aren't reciprocating what you're giving out. The Fool, your card, Virgo, for this month. It's the Fool. And that's so cool because our new moon solar eclipse, new beginnings, and this is a card of new beginnings, is in your sign. So this is a month of huge life, new beginnings. Spread your wings and fly. Let go of people that drag you down, if they are there. And maybe for some of you, they're not, but for some of you, there definitely is. Anybody draining your energy, being an energy vampire, let that shit go. And I promise you, when you do, it's hard when you go through a breakup or you go through even a work breakup. 7th house can be work as well. You are going to feel so much better. Look at that Fool. He's just liberated. He's excited. He's curious. He's fresh, full of potential. So this is very big for you, Virgos. Are you ready for totally new energies? Are you open to huge potential? I think you guys are. Love you, Virgos. Next, we go to, excuse me, our Leo, Sun, Moon, and Risings. Leos, you are having the eclipses this month in your financial and value houses, the 8th and the 2nd houses. So this is, the whole next year ahead that's good for you to be looking at your finances, your income streams, your work, how money is coming in, where money is going. With that lunar eclipse in your 8th house, that is a huge healing portal, okay? Because it's a lunar eclipse in Pisces in your 8th house of Scorpio, which is shadow work and the shadow side of life. So that Pisces eclipse, September 7th, and the days surrounding it may be really intense for you, Leo. Very powerful time for any sort of healing work. And that solar eclipse in Virgo, great for you to be setting intentions for the year ahead around budgeting, finances, abundance, work that is in alignment with your values, welcoming in pleasure and enjoyment in your life in new, healthy ways. Your tarot card is the 3 of Wands. You're letting go of a lot of toxicity with Pisces in your 8th house, Pisces eclipse in your 8th house. Cassandra says, wow, same info for Virgos that Janine's friend Ashala pulled today. That's crazy. It's so crazy. Ashala and I, it's crazy. I don't always watch Ashala's shows, and I didn't see that one, but Ashala and I were always getting the same stuff. It's absolutely nuts. 3 of Wands for the Leos. Find your inspiration to take action. Preparation, planning, expansion, establish force, nobility, success, openness, honesty. It hasn't been easy for you, Leos, because you're the sign of fun and play and confidence and being empowered, right? And it's been heavy on the planet. Oh my God. But you're going to see through this eclipse season and through this September, the energy is going to be getting lighter as we go through the portal of it. And you're going to feel more inspired, breaths of fresh air, and more confident in moving ahead, in executing your goals. What a beautiful card. I love that for you guys. Love you, Leos. Oh, Ashley, not Ashala. Oops. Thank you, Linda. Linda always helps me with my dyslexia. I thought you said Ashala. No, you said Ashley. Sorry, you guys. So funny. Okay. Next, we go to our Cancers. Cancers, you are having this September the eclipses in your... Wait, that doesn't make sense. Am I losing my mind? Okay, sorry. I was about to say your relationship houses. Sorry. The symbols are like, I've been on the computer all day. You guys, I'm sorry. Sunny and I have been doing the Starseed collection, and when I'm on the computer for too long, my eyes go a little bit weird. Sorry about that. Cancers, you are having these eclipses in your 3rd and 9th houses of learning and travel. You guys are just the lucky ducklings, okay? Jupiter is exalted in your sign, trine the Pisces eclipse. You got the new moon solar eclipse in your 3rd house. This is fun. This is positive. This is expansive. This is a year ahead with this eclipse influence, and in the month of September of letting go with Pisces eclipse in your 9th house of beliefs that no longer serve, outdated learnings, beliefs. I already said that. And new moon in your 3rd house. This is beautiful new beginnings in your local community, your day-to-day environment, your work, business, marketing, information, how you communicate. And this is positive and this is lucky. This is Jupiter in your sign. Be open. Be open. How are the Cancers doing? Are you guys feeling good? What's the deal? Six of Wands, victory card. You have earned every one of your successes. I mean, I think this is my favorite card in the tarot. I just love this card. Progress, confidence, conquest, public recognition, triumph. It's just one of those seasons, Cancer. It's really in your favor right now. This one also fell out too, the moon, okay, which you guys are ruled by the moon. And I want you guys to be really mindful of that Pisces lunar eclipse, of your boundaries, because you are Cancers, you're highly empathic. I just want you guys, with this one popping up, being mindful of who's around you. There may be some little shocks of surprises, of some illusions that have been afoot. Okay, but nothing too major. Six of Wands, nice. Love you, Cancies. Have an amazing month of September. Geminis, we've got September 2nd, your ruler Mercury enters his other home sign of Virgo. That's September 18th day. Very interesting day of Mercury exactly aspecting all of the outermost planets. So again, that's a huge day. September 18th and the September 21st Virgo eclipse state of clarity, downloads. Pay attention to the ideas that you get. You're having the eclipses this month in your 4th and 10th houses of work, life, balance. 4th house of home and family and emotions, and 10th house of long-term goals, work. So you're letting go with that Pisces eclipse in your 10th house of careers and long-term goals that no longer serve, issues that have to do with your parents or your grandparents. Major healing, also breakthroughs and spiritual awakening you can notice with older people in your life. And that new moon eclipse in Virgo in your 4th house, that's beautiful for new beginnings in rooting, new family life, home life, emotional well-being, rooting yourself and getting really grounded. Maybe even starting some work or new routines outside of your home. Tarot card for our Geminis for the month is the Star. Very cool. All your dreams are coming true. Opportunities, renewal, faith, hope, healing, rejuvenation, unexpected help. Wowzers, you're very connected too to the Uranian frequencies, the outer space. Yeah, Uranus is in your sign. Duh, Uranus is in your sign. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. So you guys can be maybe having very cool experiences with your higher consciousness, ETs, the stars, stargazing, astrology. And you guys are the stars right now. So be clear on your dreams and your intentions. The star is saying your dreams are coming true. Awesome. Have a beautiful month. Okay, Tauruses. Tauruses, we've got your ruler Venus in fairly positive aspects throughout the month. We've got the eclipses in your 11th and 5th houses. That Pisces lunar eclipse in your 11th house. There can be some endings, healing, revelations of friendships, group associations, long-term goals that you've had, letting go in some of your relationships or groups. And beautiful Virgo eclipse in your 5th house. Oh my God, that is the fun house of creativity and fun and celebration. So the whole next year ahead, you've got the influence of that Virgo eclipse in your 5th house. Put yourself out there. Put your gifts and talents out there. Be in your confidence. Pay attention to the creative ideas and processes that are coming through. This is nice having these eclipses in your house, in these houses, rather. Oh my God, this card has come through 3 times today in this reading, in this video, rather. For the collective on how to deal with the month, for the, was it the Saggy? No, the Aquarians, and now for the Tauruses. Oh my God, everything you have worked for is coming together. Accomplishment, success, completion, perfection, recognition, mastery. Believe in yourself. Believe in your gifts and talents. Be yourself and be open to the magic of life and the opportunities that are going to come forward. We're getting a lot of good cards, aren't we, you guys? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, love you, Tauruses. Last but not least, I know the Aries, you guys do not like when I do you last, but we're now in my videos, we're going back and forth from starting with the Aries and the Pisces because I think it's only fair, but we're here. Aries, you're here. Thank you for waiting. Or maybe you're an Aries in the replay that went right to the Aries. Hello, Aries, and have a magical September. We've got your ruler in Libra until September 22nd, when Mars, your ruler, enters Scorpio, his other home sign. So that's really nice. You've got Mars at home in Scorpio. You're feeling empowered. You're feeling energized. You're feeling sexy. Mars in Scorpio, confident. September 24th, you and the Scorpios need to watch out because Mars and Pluto are square. Okay, you can be a little bit more volatile, on edge around September 24th and that Virgo eclipse. You are having the eclipses this month in your 12th and 6th houses. So that Pisces lunar eclipse in your 12th house, Aries, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Pisces eclipse in your 12th house of Pisces. You are letting go of some really deep karmic, possibly, issues. That's an amazing eclipse to be doing healing work in the whole next 6 months ahead of any past life issues, of any traumas, any victimhood, anywhere you've given away your magical powers, your creativity, highly creative time. And that solar eclipse for the whole next year ahead, it has an influence for the whole next year ahead, not just for this month. In your 6th house, amazing for setting new health routines, new work endeavors, health breakthroughs, getting grounded, getting organized, getting your shit together. Aries, this is super empowering for you with Neptune in your sign. Spiritual activation, highly creative. Your tarot card is, look at this, Aries, the King of Cups, a very Piscean card. Support yourself before you can support others. Subtle wisdom, fierce nature, considerate, balanced, generous. Wow. You're going to be feeling, I think, more sensitive than usual with that Pisces eclipse in your 12th house. You and the Libras need to really take care of your physical, mental, and spiritual health. Not necessarily because something is wrong. There, for some of you, there will be health issues coming to the surface or ones you've already been dealing with really at the surface, but you're in a high sensitivity time, a high upgrade time, and support yourself before you can support others. Your dreams are strong, your intuition is strong, your empathy is strong. So you may be feeling things that you never felt before. Let me know, Aries, if that resonates with you guys or if you guys have already been having that. Okay, everyone, we are at the end. We have gone through the collective and the 12 signs. Thank you all so much for joining me. And I'm wishing you all the most magical September ever. This is an eclipse month. This is a very special month. I'm going to be with you all the way through my shows. And I'm sending so much cosmic love your way. Again, a really big thank you to everyone that has supported Sunny and I's new Starseed Crystal collection over at the Scorpling Shop. We're going to be working really hard getting through all your orders. I think Sunny has now put the Libyan Desert Glass and Black Tektite back in stock. She was just at one of our suppliers, so I think those are back in stock. And lots of magical moldavite and stuff over there, sacred stones of interstellar light to help connect us to our cosmic consciousness, space gems. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you for your support with that. And also go support Carla at Ascension Organites. Double your power sale. Spend $100 or more and get any beginner series pyramid for free. And on the Beyond Mystic channel, we've got the Psychic Tarot Show with Ashala tomorrow on Saturday. Beyond Astro Weekly Forecast, I'm going to be pre-recording because I'm going to be traveling that day. And very special Wacky Woo with JC and Dick Algeyer at 8 p.m. on Beyond Mystic on Sunday. I love you all so, so much. Magical September, and see you all very, very soon. Bye, everyone.